Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to WoW Classic Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch, the fresh start server of Maladath, and our human Paladin. Thank you guys for joining me today, for clicking on the video, I really do appreciate it. We still have some things to take care of here in Hellfire Peninsula at level 65, if you can believe that. But while we're doing that today, I'm going to pop us into the queue for crypts, because we have not done that yet, and there will doubtless be at least one quest that we can do. And the quest, well, they're worth quite a lot of experience. Lots of DPS in the queue today. No heals, no tanks. They'll come along eventually.
Warm wishes.
Atonement.
Do not lose faith.
Alright.
The Legion's end draws near. Dionys Akkad.
Alright, let's head out. I think we're going to go down here first. We're going to take on the Stone Scythe Alphas and the Whelps, and we're going to work our way back into the cave. I believe there's a named Scythe Claw in a cave that we need. So we will head back there and do that. We should be able to solo it, even though I think it's an elite. I think we'll be just fine if there aren't any other players around. If there is anyone else around, we will toss them an invite. They look to be working on the same thing. Hope you guys are doing well today. I actually jumped on the Mage for a little bit last night to familiarize myself with it again, and to help me ponder the question, which character am I going to take into Northrend first? And it's still a tough one, but I did work through a lot of the pros and cons last night, and I think that ultimately, I'm probably going to take the Paladin. Yeah, I think that first I'm going to take the Paladin. I think the Mage will make a great alt, but I'm going to take the Paladin. And we're probably going to work towards doing tanking and DPS at endgame. So whenever we can afford dual spec, we will have a prot spec that we can jump to. But we're also going to focus on having a DPS build and being, you know, decent at DPS. I have a lot of fun in this character, DPSing dungeons. Well... That worked out pretty well. I rebound some of my keys because I jumped on the Mage. I needed a key binding for our pet auto attack to fire off. So I have to actually change that back. And I have to remember with my action bars that I should probably tell it to be specific to the character. Yeah, character specific keybinds is what I should have used on the Mage. Let's see. I believe we need this. There we go. Should be good. Weirdly, there's no music or ambient noise inside of this cave, which is a little weird. Let's get out of here. And we've entered reality again, where there are sounds. Couldn't quite get close enough to tag that one before Art of War proc wore off. Let's see if we can get him now. Well, that was pretty easy. What's this down here? Use the Sanctified Crystal against a wounded, uncontrolled Voidwalker. Let's go do that really quick. It's kind of the only thing we have back in this direction, so I'd like to just check it off the list. Yeah, ultimately I have way too much fun on the Paladin, and the Paladin offers too many positives to leave it behind. Ultimately, the ability to tank, heal, or DPS is a big boon to the class. Especially as someone who does like to tank, who also loves to DPS, and who in the past has found it relaxing to act as a healer to a group. I think it's going to be good for me to have all those choices on the first character we take through. And that way, you always have the option, like if you're not enjoying one role, you can switch to another. And if you come to not enjoy the role of DPS, and you're playing a class that can only DPS, you've kind of gimped yourself as far as your potential choices. Okay, that was apparently really all we had to do. Yeah, I remember it was Battle for Azeroth. When Battle for Azeroth launched, I decided that I didn't want to play my Holy Paladin anymore, that I wanted to try my hand at being a DPS class. So I went with a Beast Mastery Hunter, which was a lot of fun. I did have fun on it. It was pretty easy for me. It was a pretty easy spec. You know, the buttons weren't too complicated. And I feel like I did okay on it. But ultimately, it was never as interesting to me as playing the role of a healer and just kind of being someone who could help the group in more ways than just dealing damage. Has always been appealing to me, and I remember I played that hunter for a little while, and then I decided to go back to my Paladin, which was, it was bad because, you know, in Battle for Azeroth we had one of those infinite AP grinds, so all the effort that I had put into my hunter and getting his Azerite armor was basically thrown out. And I switched to the Paladin for a little while, realized the truth of the matter, which is that all that effort I had put in to the hunter, switching classes or having an alt leaves you really far behind when you have those AP grinds, and that was around the time that I stopped raiding in the first tier of Battle for Azeroth. Because yeah, I didn't have the time to do the AP grind. I didn't feel like it was fair to the rest of the raid if I just came in, if I raid logged, which is what I got used to doing, as I was used to just raid logging, maybe playing a handful of hours. Even in Legion, because I only played my Paladin, you know, doing the AP grind, my artifact weapon was never as high of a level as a lot of people's in the guild, but I never felt like that hindered me. But in Battle for Azeroth, when I switched mains midway through the tier, yeah, I felt that pretty hard, and that was basically the end of my raiding at all. Didn't raid at all in Shadow. I mean, I did looking for raid runs in Shadowlands. I don't think that counts as raiding, but it's something. We're gonna grab all this stuff.
Farewell.
What brings you here?
I'm pretty sure we could take these raging colossi by ourselves. We're at least gonna give it a try. I don't see any reason not to give it a try. We're probably not too far from a graveyard. Alright, here we go. This looks good. I'm gonna save my Art of War procs for healing us. Yeah, that went fine. It went pretty well, actually. Let's just do that. That will work for me. We must have picked up an item that starts a quest, because it's telling me that we can't carry any more of the item. Here we go. Now we might have to stop and get some mana back. That's a possibility. I feel like even when they're smaller, they're still hitting with the attack power of the elite. Which is pretty rough. We do have some normal water that's actually at level 60, so we can drink that and get some mana back here. We're not really in a rush. We could probably have found other people to group with. Now for this next part, I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to solo that. We could try. We'd want to save Lay on Hands, I think, if we're gonna have any shot of doing that part of the quest on our own. When they don't knock us on our ass, we don't take nearly as much damage. Yeah, it's when we get knocked down that we start to take a lot of damage. I mean, we ended that one with basically full health and full mana, so it's not bad. We could slide right over here and start working on some Ravagers. That would be okay. I forgot earlier we jumped into that group with that other player to kill the named guy, and because of that we got delisted, which is a shame. Okay, let's put ourselves back in. Alright, we have all of the Ravagers we need. Now we're just looking for Venom Spitters, which are the littler ones. We don't have to walk around. And we might as well come over here and work on this stuff. We need to get relics off of the ground, and we also need taskmasters. So here are the relics.
Live another day. Luck to you.
I wonder if these guys are going to actually aggro. They're pretty low level, maybe. Oh yeah, he aggroed. Guess we're going to have to put him down. Let's get out of the way of Arzeth the Merciless here. Slowly, very slowly. Oh, this brute came over and started to fight this Taskmaster. That's interesting.
What do you need, stranger? Peace for you.
Oh, look at that. We can't... this hole here on top of the building is not actually a hole. Isn't that just really interesting? Is this a hole? No, it is not. We actually have to use the front door. How very rude.
We survive. So long. Must not give up.
Are we cool, guys? Are we cool? They went back to being aggressive, which they usually don't do right away. Oh no, we are not cool. These guys were the loyal ones. They got converted. They drank the Kool-Aid, and yeah, had to put them down.
Hello, stranger. Must remember the light.
Now we have to go after Arzeth. We're gonna make him Arzeth the Powerless by using our little staff item here.
Go on then.
Alright, other than that, we have Hellbore samples we can come over here and get. We might as well do that while we're over here. And then we'll get everything turned in before we head down here and talk to the dwarves and see which of their quests that we're going to do. There's always like one quest they have to go buy the guy a beer that I don't think I've ever done it. So we probably won't do that one, but we'll do the ones pertaining to the Arakkoa.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
How may I aid you? Greetings. Go in peace.
How may I help?
Here we go. Here's a new relic. Increases spell power of Exorcism and Holy Wrath. Yeah, that could be good. It's going to be more useful with our current build than the Librum that we have, which increases the armor of our Devotion aura by 110.
Be careful. Alone.
What brings you here?
Goddess, watch over you.
Elune be with you. Elune light your path.
Yep, she's doing a little role play. We have to wait for that.
Greetings. Asha Thela.
Alright, let's go find out if we can do this. I feel like we might as well find out now if we can solo it, or if we're going to need to find some people to finish this part of the chain. It wants a whole group, so I'm kind of feeling like maybe it's going to be too much for us to solo. But we're going to find out. Yeah, we're going to face Goliathan, King of the Colossi. Yeah, I think that he's probably going to be a little bit tougher than the regular guys. I mean, his health is going down just as quick. Is he hitting a little harder? I can't really tell. Oh shit, that's not going to be good if he punts us into ads. Let's face him back here. We're gonna have to do lay on hands in a minute. I am gonna try to hold it for as long as I can. Let's do it now. Yeah, I mean that was not hard. So, I mean that would lay on hands at least. If we hadn't had lay on hands, it could have been a lot more difficult. Let's come over here to the Temple of Tiamat and turn in everything we have here. I feel like we're getting pretty close to being done with that as a hub.
Kai Christor. Be well.
Hello, stranger.
Yeah, these look like an upgrade. It looks like the ones we have on are from Lower Blackrock Spire, so definitely taking
Roma.
the gloves. We will equip those immediately. I think that might be the last of our Blackrock Spire, Blackrock Depths gear, level 65. What else do we have? Oh, we have the Bracers of Valor, because of course we do. On the Warrior, we had the Bracers of Valor forever as well. It just took a long time to get a replacement.
May the light embrace you. Blessings upon your family.
Greetings, friend. Remain vigilant.
We have to try to do this vision quest. It didn't work for us the last time we were here. I couldn't get it to work properly on the Mage, I don't think. But maybe we can make it work. Return to the Ice Corpse. Oh, okay. Listen, there's supposed to be like a whole event that plays out where this guy gets stabbed in the back by an orc. And it's been broken for a long time, apparently. It worked for us on the warrior, but then it never worked again. Oh no, that wasn't the warrior. That must have been the human priest that we saw it work on. Because the warrior would not have done this quest. And yeah, it hasn't worked since then, so... Not really sure why it's broken. It's probably one of those things that Blizzard is never going to fix, because nobody really cares that much if a little bit of roleplay is busted, I guess. I feel like it can make completing the quest a little bit tricky when you don't know what the heck is going on.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
We don't need any of this stuff.
Blessings upon you.
And that's the end of that. Which means that we are done working out of this place. Let's come back down here. We need to try out the antidote on one of the Hellboar. Let's see how that goes. Spoiler alert, it goes poorly.
I am honored.
Yeah, we're gonna take the plate here. The boots we have are not that good. The boots here have 34 strength, 12 stam, and 12 int. They have mana per 5. Not exactly what we need, but they have a ton of strength, so I think this is great for us. We're gonna take it.
Go in peace.
I feel like that works.
Well met.
Two-handed sword is tempting because we need to work on our two-handed swords.
Goodbye.
What is our two-handed sword skill at? 259 out of 325. Not bad, but yeah, I'd like to work on that, and now we have a chance to do so. Let's come down over here and talk to our buddies, the Longbeards. And we'll do the kill quest and stuff that they have for the Arakkoa. And then we're going to be done with Hellfire, guys. I know it takes a long time to be done with Hellfire, but to me it's worth it just to do everything here. It's all really straightforward questing. The quests are pretty good. The only exception, of course, is digging through poop for this goblin to find his shredder keys. We are not going to do that. Haven't done that one in a while. Don't ever plan to do it again. There are just some things I won't do, even in the World of Warcraft, and digging through poo is one of them.
Well met.
Slay some
Your
Arakkoa.
feet on the ground.
Slay some Ravagers.
Safe travels. No,
This is the guy who wants the beer, so
be good.
which we're probably not going to do. Let's work on the Ravagers first. They're right over here. I was kind of forgetting that we don't have max skill, which is why we're not, like, hitting as hard as we are used to hitting. Our skill is going up. It'll get there pretty quickly. Probably because we're standing in the poison would be why we are poisoned. Standing in the poison is bad, I hear. It is a rainy day here in Michigan. We have a cold front coming through. It's actually been in the 80s for like the last week, which is not seasonally appropriate for Michigan. Usually we cool off pretty quickly into September, but this year that did not happen. It's still been hot, but today is the day that the big cold front's coming through, and it looks like our highs are going to be in the 60s after this. But the point of all this is to say that you might hear some of the rain pelting the window to my office. You might not, but if you do hear it, yeah, we're getting a little rainstorm coming through. And happily after this, the temperatures are going to cool off, and being outside won't be as miserable anymore.
What can I do for you? See you soon.
Alright, let's go take on the Arakkoa, shall we? We do have to work our way up to the top to get an item from a named guy that begins a quest. So we're going to make that a priority. This is the way. Over here and then across the bridge. Of course, we could just fly over to him. It doesn't look like he's even alive right now, so... Really don't want to get knocked off. It's quite an outfit. I like all the cloth pants that are just, you know, not actually pants. It's just basically like wearing underwear on the outside. The guy we're looking for is not here right now. Yeah, this is his body over here. I feel like this person might be waiting for him as well. I really don't want to compete for this thing. If we don't have to. Maybe we let them have this one and we can go work on some guys somewhere else. That being said, You know, we're Alliance, they are Horde, and we are bound to have to compete. So maybe we'll just see who gets him first. It's probably going to be them, but we can try. It's going to take a second for Consecration to actually tick on an enemy once they come back. He might not spawn right here, he might spawn right there. In which case, we will definitely grab him. And there's the orb, we need that. It's gonna begin our quest over here. At least they give us abundant guys to fight over here, that's nice. It's nice to have an area where you have a kill quest, but there's enough guys that a few people can work on it at one time. Without feeling like we have to compete for every single pull. Surprisingly, because I have not emptied my bags in forever, we are running out of bag space. It seems impossible, but it is going to happen if I don't sell stuff. What do we need here? What's our neck piece look like? It looks better than that. I thought we had to do something for this guy? Gusty winds around the altar. There's an open spot where a small orb. Did we not? I thought we had to like do something for him, but I guess not. I guess we're done here. We did get turn-in experience for it. I just thought there was something else that we also... I remember there being like a little event. Maybe that's if he isn't summoned out, we do that to summon him out. And perhaps somebody's already summoned him out. Could be something like that. Either way, looks like we're done. Was kind of hoping we'd hit 66 here in Hellfire.
Keep your feet on the ground.
We didn't. We got really close. And guys, I think I'm gonna take us into Nagrand. Yeah. I feel like that's what I want to do. I want to take us into Nagrand. We did a lot of questing in Zangarmarsh. We did a lot of questing in Terakar, both on the warrior and then on the mage. And we haven't done a lot of questing in Nagrand, so visually it's going to be like kind of a breath of fresh air. Obviously, like, you know, there's probably other areas to quest that have more, like, quest per square foot. But yeah, we're gonna go into Nagrand. I went in there last night on the Mage, really enjoyed it. Only was in for like an hour or so, so didn't get to do a bunch. But I feel like that's what I want to do. We haven't had any takers today on putting a group together. We got tanks and healers. We have a group here. We have a group here. I'd probably rather... Maybe we do this first. He was only in the queue for Crips. So. Guys, I really don't want to take a Death Knight, so I really wish that when we did the roll check, the tank would have picked tank. I'll take a Death Knight if we have to get it going, but my internet should be fine. They replaced a bunch of cables today. That's good to know. That's good. I'm glad. Glad that your internet is fine. I think we should fly down and get the flight point. That should allow us just to zip over to the outpost over here. We should probably stop at the Nessingwary camp first and grab the quest up there, though. The other thing about going to Nagrand now is that the quests are going to be higher level, the enemies are going to be higher level, and overall we're going to get more experience out of it. And more experience is going to be a good thing. Yeah, I know you're in a group, but you're in the queue. Take yourself out of the queue. Okay, let's go ahead and invite this guy. I hope I don't regret it. We're not the one tanking, so we don't really have to worry too much about it. I do go out of my way to avoid inviting Death Knights. I know it's not really fair, but if I'm the one putting the group together, I do try to avoid Death Knights. I definitely don't want to double up on Death Knights. I feel like having one Death Knight is fine. The problem with a Death Knight, from any point of view, is that they're going to want the same gear we do. And from a tanking point of view, you know, I've had bad experiences with Death Knights. I've had bad experiences with Death Knights who come in the group as DPS, but then they want to do things like death grip stuff, initiate pulls. They want to speed up the run by pulling more to the tank, which, as a tank, that is not cool. Please don't do that unless I ask you to. This flight point is actually up top. Oh no, what happened to us? Ha! Oh god. don't, not like this. Not like this. Well, shit. It's cool when you just find, like, places in the world like this that are, like, really broken, that you just fall into, we can never get out of again. Oh, dear. Hey, at least we got the flight point. It would have been nice to be able to set our Hearthstone here, but apparently that is not happening. Please take those pillars out. Why are they there? Except to cause us problems. Okay, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little cut here, and I'm gonna kick off the next episode with the dungeon run. So I'm gonna refresh my coffee while I'm in flight.
Open your heart.
And yeah, then we will we'll do crypts, and we will see how that goes. I feel like flying to Shatrath is maybe gonna be faster.
Die on this?
Yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. Really do appreciate it. Next video should be coming out in a few hours. If you want to see the crypts run, it should be a good time. We will see how it goes. That will get us level 66, and then we'll be ready to properly kick things off in Nagrand. And yeah, you know, we don't have to quest there, but I feel like it's not a bad idea just to see how far we can get by doing this stuff in Nagrand. We're probably going to end up having to do something like come into Zangarmarsh later on, maybe go into Terakar. We could do Shadowmoon Valley. I haven't done really a lot of questing in Shadowmoon Valley. And if we spend a lot of time in Nagrand, then I won't mind the like desolate, apocalyptic, end-of-the-world-ish feeling that Shadowmoon gives if we've had Nagrand for a while. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll go Nagrand, Shadowmoon, and that should really be all we need. Guys, we're on the precipice of only needing 4 more levels to get to 70. And today's only the 21st. So we have the rest of today ahead of us. We got 4 solid days to get to 70. I'm hoping we can get to 70 and then I can run around and work on my mining. Maybe I'll do a mining video where we can just kind of run around, skill up our mining, have a relaxing time, talk about things, Wrath of the Lich King, and see how that goes. Do I have a hope of like getting my blacksmithing up in time? No, not really. I'd love to at least get my mining skilled up. And if it takes forever after that, you know, I don't mind saving up gold and spending the gold to get blacksmithing done later on. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Guys, again, thank you for being here. Really do appreciate it. Until next time, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.